Pearl in the Morning with Tina and Zuki.
And Dunko.
We are the home of fresh and classic hits, and we are on www.palradio.co.ke. And of course, I am joined by the one, the only, the National Director of Theovision International Kenya. Of course, I've told you many times about Theovision, which is involved in reading, recording, and distribution of audio Bibles in indigenous languages across Africa. Madam Helen, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Yes. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling great.
If there's one person I know travels, it's you. Yani 1 minute I hear you're around, the next minute you're out of town and you have traveled. You do that a lot, eh?
Yeah, because of the kind of work that we do.
Yes.
That forces us to travel every now and then.
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about that as well. But she's the National Director of Theovision International Kenya. And of course, we are glad to have you here on Pal Radio. We've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. I'm sure the listener has heard us mention about Theovision once or twice, a couple of times. But there's no better way than for the National Director herself to tell us what Theovision International is all about, what they do, and of course, as well, give us a brief history on the same.
Thank you very much. Theovision International is a non-profit religious organization.
Right.
Whose work is to record the Bible
right.
into African languages. And then after we have recorded, we promote it for the use of those who may not be able to read, or just every one of us. We are oral communities. Right. So we like to listen. And so that is what we do for many languages in Africa.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Pal Radio is actually an urban youthful station. We have young people who are full of life.
Yeah.
And when they hear me talking about a national director, they're like, oh my, how did she get to that place? What's her journey like? So briefly, maybe you can tell us how your journey came until you rose to that place where you became the National Director of Theovision. Maybe a brief about your life, because we are more about inspiration. We are about evangelizing, empowering, and entertaining. So this part of empowering, we'd like to know, what is your story, Madam Helen?
Well, from college,
yes,
I joined a Christian organization,
right,
that was called also Audio Scripture Ministries, which was coming from the US, and then they left at some point, and then I joined Theovision as the accountant.
Right.
So
I went into my sub. Is it true that all accountants are taught the number one vocabulary is no?
Not really.
Because all accountants I know, there's one called Maggie. We have her here. We tell her, Maggie, I need no. She doesn't even want to hear what. Anyway, sorry for interrupting. So you are an accountant at Theovision?
Yes.
Right.
That time, and then there was a director then. When that director left,
yes,
which that was in 2008, then I became the director.
Yes.
So I've been with Theovision for, I think, 15 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you talk about this, like interacting or in fact integrating with these communities, so that you can give them the Bible in their native language. So we've heard about other companies like Bible translation. So do you do the same work, or what is there an affiliation, or what happens?
Yes, we work in partnership.
Yes.
With all these organizations.
Right.
BTL, Bible Society. We have a forum that we call Forum for the Bible Agencies.
Right.
Those who deal with Bible. And so we work together. Like when they translate, then we put it into audio.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And then you have seen the gadgets that you have for the audio Bible.
Yes.
Now, I wanted to ask also a question before we take a small break. Now, as young people, we are in the age of the mobile phone and apps. Why a hardware and not an app?
Actually, we have an app.
You do?
Yes.
Look at me. There is an app. Is it up and running on the Google Play Store, etc.?
Yeah, it's called Theovision.
Wait, so you're saying whatever is in the gadget itself, the audio Bible,
Yes.
is also in an app.
Yes.
Hey, let me tell you. Now, I have seen on your website, that is www.theovisionkenya.org, and there's a very big banner written Kalenjin Audio Bible Fundraiser. Help us raise 5 million to record Kalenjin Old Testament dramatized audio Bible. And the first question before we even go to that is, how do you pick which community you're going to translate the Bible into? Or what is the criteria to pick?
Okay. There are two ways. First, some communities request. Yeah, they come to us. They say, we have heard about a language that has audio Bible. Why not us?
Okay. So for example, so how is that like one person walks in, or we have to meet a certain threshold? You have to get signatures.
No.
Yeah.
For example, the
Yes.
Kalenjin, it was a group of elders who requested.
Right.
And so we had to look at it and say, okay, is it worthy? Is it viable? It's a big community. And so we said, yeah, we can do it. And that's why now we started fundraising towards that.
All right.
Yeah.
So how many publications have you done so far? How many audio Bibles have you done in Kenya only? Or I think you're also in East Africa. So how many have you done so far?
Well, over 200.
Oof, over 200.
Yes, across East Africa. East
Right.
Africa is Ethiopia, South Sudan, Tanzania.
Yeah, Eastern
all
Africa.
this,
Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic. So what does it entail?
So I didn't answer you the second.
Yes, yes, please.
And the other one, we look at a language. We have like a Bible of languages, a book. So there are those minority languages.
Right.
We know that most of them have not gone to school, or they are not able to read. And so we go to that community.
Right.
We see the population.
Right.
And then we decide whether we are going to give them the audio Bible or not.
Isn't that a very long and tedious task? Because I'm trying to imagine. So let's say the Bible has been translated by your partners.
Yeah.
Now it's your mandate to turn it into an audio.
Yes.
So what is, maybe you can maybe you can just give us insights on how do you start? Like, do you just take the Bible and read it? Have someone from the Kalenjin community, for example, read it, and maybe if it's dramatized enactments and soundtracks, or does it also involve you going into the communities themselves?
We go to the communities. At first, we start by going to the community to do a research. We look at everything. Do we have people who can be able to read? Do we have, what is the population and all that? After that, now we come, we do a report, and then we send to the donors. And then maybe a donor can say, yes, I can fund
Facilitate,
that.
yeah.
Or we go to the churches locally. We talk to them about the community. Then we go back. Now we send the technical team.
Okay.
To go there. They will do voice auditioning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that voice auditioning, they will be able to tell who can read the part of Jesus, who can read the part of God, who can read the part of devil, who can read, who can be the narrator.
I think the part can be a very nice voice for the devil. Like, that's very weird.
Yeah.
And then?
So then after that, he will give them their part where they're supposed to read. They will do practice. Yes, the script. They will do the practice. By the time they start the recording, the people have already started to memorize the script. And so it makes it easier for us. Some places we go and people don't know how to read.
Oh, yeah. So what do you do in such places?
So they repeat after the person who has read, who is able to read, say, okay, say this.
So they're told.
Yeah, because, of course, the African languages are tonal. And if you say this word, may give a different meaning.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
So someone has to read, then they repeat so that they can say it correctly. Yeah. Wow. So but it is tedious.
So I can imagine. So how long is that? But I'm trying to imagine how many days or months or weeks have you been in with a community just so that they can record?
Oh, it depends.
Yes.
Some community, just 1 month. Because of the technology that we have, we can finish within a month.
Okay.
Some communities goes even up to 2 months. Yeah. Because they cannot be able to read.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are some of the challenges that you face? Of course, you said one is some communities you can't, like the level of illiteracy is high.
Yeah.
But what are some of the other challenges that you face while in the field in the quest to record these audio Bibles?
Problem with food, the culture.
Right. Oh, yeah. Acclimatizing to certain cultures, yes.
Yeah, for example, you can go to a country and you find that the kind of food they eat.
Right.
You can't even look at it. But
yes,
you still have to stay there, eat that food, and you'll come back. Yeah.
Wow.
So, but by God's grace, we have been able to record all those languages.
Hey. Wow. And you said your role is to coordinate activities in Kenya and East Africa.
Yes.
How does the recording so what is the mandate, the main mandate of the national director? Do you also go into the your job is to go and make disciples and then come back?
No, actually the point of contact. For example, if we have a language recording in Ethiopia or Sudan or in Nigeria or somewhere, then I am the first contact to contact the person over the other side.
Wow.
And then I arrange, organize, and do everything. And then now we send the technical team.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you? I know. Are you conversant with the Kenyan gospel scene?
Yes.
Do you know of a DJ called DJ Raf?
Yeah.
So. And you know where I'm going with this one. So when are we getting our audio sheng Bible? I'm just asking. Is that something you can think about?
Well, it's something to think about.
Right.
But, sheng.
Yes.
It's different.
Oh, yes, it evolves.
Yeah.
Very fast.
It keeps evolving very fast.
Yes.
So how many times will you?
Because you see, DJ Raf is...
you can go to a different area like Eastlands.
And it's different from...
The sheng is different from Kilimani or Kibera.
I hear you. So DJ Raf, I tried. He's actually the one who's propagating. He does Bible study in Sheng. And he's he has featured Pastor T as well in one of those sermons. So if we are going to come up with the main... the basis of sharing language that will not be changing, then maybe Theovision can give us an audio Bible. And
maybe he can tell us.
Yes, by the way, they can come up with a curriculum. And
he can come and perhaps go to Bible Society or BTL and say, can you translate the Bible into Sheng?
And then they sit down.
One Sheng language.
Yes. And we start, maybe they can do a pilot of one book.
Yes.
Like the book of Proverbs.
Exactly.
Tosha too, and then we are live on www.palradio.co.ke. And of course, I am joined by the National Director of Theovision International Kenya and Theovision Kenya International. And her name is Helen Etiang. And we're talking about translating the Bible. And she's given us a rundown of how, they go into the indigenous communities because that's their mandate to record audio Bibles in indigenous languages. I don't know if your language has an audio Bible. Maybe you can make a petition. I've had the Samburu, I've had the Giriama, I've had the Kikuyu, I've had the Luo, I've had countless languages. But I know you have stories from the field. Things that of impact that have happened. How have you experienced God in the communities? But before that, let's just take one call. Good morning, Young Pearl.
Hello.
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 Hi.
Hi.
Tunaongea na nani?
Ni Maureen.
Hi Maureen, how are you doing?
I'm good. Mambo.
Niko salama sana.
Sasa mimi nataka hiyo ya Kijaluo.
Unataka ya Kijaluo?
Yes.
Sasa Maureen, kama unataka ya Kijaluo, nataka unipatie verse moja na Kidhuluo saa hii.
Verse moja ya Kijaluo.
Yes, twende kazi Maureen.
Ket Nyasaye nohero dhano manomiyo gi nyathine mondo thonegi.
Hiyo ni which verse na which scripture?
Ati?
Hiyo ni scripture gani? Hujatuambia ni Mathayo, Marko.
Ay, sasa.
Aya Maureen, thank you so much. You've been a sport. Wacha tutakutafutia hiyo ya Kidhuluo.
Bye.
Aya, bye. That's one of our listeners called Maureen. She has attempted. So, what's the impact or success stories that you've encountered in this journey? How have you experienced God, in these projects?
We have seen many lives being transformed.
Right.
When we go to the field, for example, in the last 1 month,
Right.
we were in Marsabit.
Right.
And the Morans, when they go to I don't know if you know about maybe Sambu,
Yes.
Rendile community
Right.
and Gabra, all those, they take the animals to the fora.
Yes, to graze.
Yeah, to
Yes.
graze far from home.
Yes, very far, yeah.
Yeah, and where they go, there is no church. There's no, they just go. And we got a testimony from one Moran,
Right.
because we had given the audio Bible, Rendile audio Bible to them. And he lost it. Do you know he walked back
What?
to ask the pastor, the pastor there, I need that audio Bible.
Wow.
Because it is the one that guides me. It leads me through, and I need to share it with the rest of the Morans.
The Morans.
Yeah.
It's quite amazing because I am quite versant with the Maasai, and I know Morans. Morans and church. Well, so when you hear a Moran who wants to listen to the Bible and that's quite something.
Yeah, it was a very touching story. Then the men also.
Yeah.
They requested, most of the time there when we went, you find that it is the women who come to church.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
The men,
yes.
But they were telling us, give us that audio Bible.
Right.
We will listen to God. Yeah.
Wow. So, these are some of the great stories, success stories. So, I'm trying to imagine being in such a rural place and having a gadget that needs to be charged. Talk to us about the gadgets.
Yeah, we have different types of gadgets. The one that we use in the villages, they are solar powered.
Aha.
So they don't need electricity.
Right.
Because most of those areas don't have electricity. So they just, as they walk, the gadget is being charged.
Oh, yeah, because it's in the sun, yes.
Yeah, it's
yes.
in the sun. And so they can use it throughout. We have SD cards.
Yes.
We have small ones for the youth. It's called Bible sticks that they can just put in their ears. They can also use the SD cards.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, there's something that stood out for us when we were talking about Theovision a while back. It's the Bible listening groups. So, talk to us about the Bible listening groups. Do you form them, or do they exist, or do you go through the local pastors or the missionaries? And then how do they use the gadget in their Bible listening groups?
We form the groups, but with the help of the local pastor.
Right.
Unless where there is no pastor, but we have to have a contact person. So the local pastor will select people,
Right.
whom we can teach, we can train on how to run a Bible listening group. It's actually like a Bible study.
Right.
With the use of audio Bible.
Right.
So we have the leaders of the groups.
Right.
And we have a coordinator who coordinates the several groups, like 10.
Right.
So the coordinator will go around to check every week if they are doing their Bible study or Bible listening groups. Yeah.
So do they do their own, or is there a program that aids them in how they will flow?
They do their own.
Right.
But usually we give them a guideline. Like they can listen from Matthew chapter 1, like that. But sometimes they can choose. Maybe they want to
choose, yeah.
listen to the book of John, or they
Right.
want to listen to
Right.
this specific book.
Mm-hmm.
So they decide. But they give us a report.
Who is the biggest beneficiary, or who is actually the biggest beneficiary of the audio Bible? In like if you check the statistics from when you started translating it, is it the old people? Is it the young people? Is it pastors? Is it?
Oh, mostly we have the old people. Yeah, they benefit a lot because they may not be able to read because their eyes are failing. We also have that group of young people
Right.
in those communities that have not been able to go to school.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So, where can we purchase or access these Bibles, audio Bibles? If I'm listening and I want to have an audio Bible, I want to send it to my grandmother in the village, or maybe I'm a missionary and this can aid me in propagating the gospel in various indigenous communities, where can I get this gadget?
Mostly at our offices. You can visit our office or you can call. Our telephone number is 0713
All right.
382 329.
Say that again, 07?
0713 382 329.
0713 382 329.
Yes.
Yes? But where are the offices situated?
We are on Kilimani,
Right.
Galana Road.
Okay, yeah, Galana Road.
Yes.
Okay.
Galana Road, Kilimani.
Are you planning to make this accessible in different outlets?
Yes. Yeah.
So what's the plan like? That's still in planning.
That's still in planning.
Right.
Because we would want to have outlets in different towns.
Right.
Yeah.
So my cousin from Kirinyaga County wants to distribute them, for example. So he wants to come, so he can come and talk to you.
Yes.
And you can use his shop as an outlet.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, fantastic. All right. We're talking to Helen Etiang, the National Director of Theovision International in Kenya. It's a Christian ministry dedicated to recording audio Bibles in African indigenous language. Through these Bible listening programs, the mission has established Bible listening groups in various communities. I don't know if your community is among them. You need to check them out. For audio Bible listening and discussion plans inspired by Romans 10:17. The mission also trains and equips church and ministry leaders with understanding, skills, determination, and commitment to form and lead the BLGs. So that you also train the churches on how to manage the groups themselves.
Yes. Yeah.
How does that go? So you while in the community, do you while translating also reach out to the local pastors and how to form these groups, or this comes after the Bible has been recorded?
It comes after the Bible has been recorded.
Right.
But we make contacts during the recording.
Right.
Yes. So we talk to the pastors in that community.
Right.
Where we tell them once we are completed the recording
Right.
and everything, we will come back to your community.
Right.
So we get their contacts. For example, we recorded a language called Dasanach.
Oh, that's from where?
That is at the border of Kenya and Ethiopia.
Oh, yeah, Dasanach.
Yes. So we have Dasanach in Kenya, Ethiopia, and South Sudan.
Right.
So we told them we will come back.
Right.
So we are going back in the next 2 weeks.
Oh, fantastic. Do you face hostile communities? Have you ever gotten any hostile reception?
Well, there's a time our technical team were recording a language in South Sudan
Right.
called Jormudo. When they had just started recording,
Right.
war broke out. And they almost, actually, when they came back to narrate the story, it was just, God saved their
It's
lives.
horrific.
Yeah, it was horrific. But they were able, God saved them and they were able to get back to Uganda
Right. Oh, yeah.
and then
to
now
Kenya.
come to Kenya. Because they could not go to the airport. Yeah. So those are some of the things that they
you face.
experience.
Right.
But once the team on the ground has agreed that we can record, they take care of the people, apart from the external aggression from maybe other tribes, because sometimes it is an inter-tribe fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
So you have never really faced opposition with the recording itself. It's just clashes within the communities and different nations.
Yes, but sometimes when we want to start a recording.
Right.
We have to start praying.
Right.
Yeah. Because most of the time, every time you want to record a language, something happens. Sometimes you find that maybe one of the translator dies.
Oh my.
Something bad.
Yeah, the strong man in that area does not want the Bible.
Does not want
the
Bible. So every time we have an experience, but we pray, the recording goes on. Sometimes it is infighting between one denomination and the other.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So no, you cannot be part of this, or you cannot be
part of this. Oh my. That's quite something, and that actually advises us to continue praying. And this is my last question, Matt. How can we stand with Theovision organization or Theovision Kenya, and how can we support this ministry?
Well, one, you can continue praying for Theovision ministry,
right,
and then support with your finances. You can maybe say, I want to support 2 listening groups among the Dasanach community, or among the Samburu, or among and so you can just send your funds to support 1 listening group or 2.
Is there like a fixed amount, or you'll do the budgets, or what happens? How can we support? Like, I want to support, let's say, for example, when you're doing the Dasanachs, they're going back in 2 weeks. How can I plug into that as an individual?
Yes, you can support with any amount.
Okay.
Or the 1 listening group, because the cost of 1 gadget is 4,000.
Right.
And then the cost of travel and starting the group. So it's the all cost of 1 listening group comes to 14,000 Kenya shillings.
For just 1?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So you can support 1 group, or you can just say, I have 2,000 shillings, or I have 1,000 shillings I can send, so that you can take the word to those groups.
All right.
Yeah.
You've heard it. That's how you can support them. And when you visit their website, that's theovisionkenya.org, you'll see that they are doing their fundraising for the Kalenjin Audio Bible. So help them raise 5 million to record it. Kalenjin Old Testament Dramatized Audio Bible. And this has to be done by November?
Yes.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you. So any parting shots?
Well, I just want to thank Pal Radio for having me here.
Right.
And praying for the listeners.
Yes.
That God will be with them. And also asking for your prayers as we continue with the ministry.
Oh, asante sana. Thank you for coming in. I know it was quite brief. We might get more information later. When you go and meet the Dasanach, give us an audio experience and we'll play it here. When you come back, we'll catch up with that as well.
Yes, I'll even give you a testimony.
Fantastic. I can't wait.
And the photos of the Dasanach
community. Theovisionkenya.org. You can visit them. And of course, our audio Bibles are very much available. The number to call is 0713-382-329. We'll have that information across our socials so that you can access this audio Bibles.
Join Tina Nzuki and Danko on Pearl in the Morning.
Weekdays from 5:30 a.m. to 10 a.m.